We have just begun here at Texas Stadium with Cleveland taking the opening kick out to the 35-yard line. The first snap of the game for the Browns. William Green in the backfield as Lee Suggs has been deactivated for the second straight week. They come out throwing, setting up a screen to Green. Sidesteps one tackle and gains about 3. Leonardo Carson came up to make the hit, and there is Jeff Garcia. He has had tremendous success playing inside this stadium, the highest opposing quarterback rating of all time against the Cowboys in this stadium. Verba on the left side. He was out all last year, but it's a big setback for them. And again, Green is the starter with Suggs inactive. With the stinger, he'll sit another week. Terrell Smith, the fullback, as the Browns line up in the I on second down. Again, it's William Green. No gain. The Cowboy defense statistically was #1 in the NFL, but last week got torched for 5 touchdown passes by Dante Culpepper. Marcellus Wiley signs in the offseason. Dot Wynn again in the middle at linebacker. And there's Roy Williams in the secondary. Jim Nance with Phil Simms and Bonnie Bernstein. Like to welcome those of you who watched Indianapolis win at Tennessee. We're just getting things underway here at Texas Stadium. And a third down pass play for Garcia is caught by Northcutt, but it's short of the first down as Roy Williams put the big hit on him.
Roy Williams last week did not even get involved in the game against the Minnesota Vikings. Talking to Bill Parcells on Friday, he just goes, my best defensive player. He's got to be involved in the game. Get him near the line of scrimmage more so he can make the big hits, cause the turnovers.
So 3 and out for Cleveland to open the game, and Derek Frost had a superb debut last week for the Browns, punting. As they lost Chris Gardocki in the offseason, he signed free agent to Pittsburgh, and there's another beauty here. At the 10, fielded by Dedrick Ward, and he is hammered. Lewis Sanders with the hit after a 45-yard punt. Here come the Cowboys for their first possession, and Vinny Testaverde, the oldest starting quarterback in the league. He'll be 41 in November. On that line, check out the center today, Al Johnson, his first career start today. Eddie George, his 139th game, 139 starts. Never missed a game, never missed a start. And Keyshawn coming off a big performance last week. He caught 9 balls against the Vikings in that loss up at Minnesota. Eddie George will be the single back. They'll actually open up with double tight ends, Dan Campbell and Jason Witten. The Cowboys backed up at their own 10-yard line. Across the middle he goes. That is tight end. That's Witten, and he is not written down until he gets across the 30. A gain of 19. They'll actually mark it just shy of the 30. 19-yard hookup as the Cleveland Browns last week were the only team in week 1 not to give up a touchdown. Lang on that line had 3 sacks. Andre Davis in on many hits at middle linebacker. And Robert Griffith, 11-year veteran out of San Diego State in the secondary. There's a good look at Lang. Boy, did he have a huge game last week as they held the Ravens to only 3 points. And Jamal Lewis to 57 yards rushing. Eddie George gets the carry and leans forward for an easy 5, maybe 6. Earl Little comes up from free safety.
Boy, look at that first play by the Cowboys, Jim. Jason Witten catching the football. We had a chance to talk to him, too, on Friday, and he says, I do a little bit of everything. Moves around, does a tremendous job for this Cowboy offense.
Like to welcome those of you who saw the Ravens bounce back today with a big win over Pittsburgh. Jim Nance with Phil Simms and Bonnie Bernstein. Cowboys in Cleveland, early action. Cowboys pick up the first down on their first play of the game, and they've now picked up a second and a third as Eddie George runs out to the 46-yard line. This series began back at the 10-yard line.
Well, this is a little different for the Cleveland Browns defense. This week, you got to be worried about Vinny Testaverde throwing the football down the field, so you can't crowd the line of scrimmage, be so aggressive like they were last week against the Baltimore Ravens. And Eddie George and the Dallas Runners are going to find more space today than he did last week.
How do you defy a quality run? Well, runs of at least 4 yards or ones that gain a first down or a touchdown. Eddie last year in the league with the minimum 200 attempts 39% of the time had a quality run, but there was one right there for a first down. Come back over here to Witten, and he bangs shoulders with Earl Little as he dances now into Cleveland territory.
Well, you can kind of see a little pattern coming here. Jason Witten, the first play, splits out wide against Robert Griffith, the safety. Now he comes in motion, gets to the outside, and makes the catch. Tough to bring down in space a big tight end like Jason Witten. And when he was drafted by the Cowboys last year, first-round draft pick, I don't think he had any idea that he was going to come into pro football in the tight end position would mean moving all around the football field, going in motion, and just doing a lot of different jobs.
All right, from Cleveland territory, the Cowboys with Eddie George. His last carry was the longest one allowed this season by the Browns, who gave up nothing longer than 9 yards to Jamal Lewis last week. They'll set up 3rd and 1, and I want to remind everybody, you see our stat tracks after every offensive play. You'll see immediate updates on the ball carrier, should it be a rush, quarterbacks on pass attempts, receivers after the catch. CBS's innovation, certainly one that's appreciated, I'm sure, by fantasy football players all around the nation. Antonio O'Brien has been brought in here on 3rd and short. He had quite a game last week, 8 catches, 5 receivers in all for the Cowboys, no one in the backfield. Rolling right, Testaverde hits the target. Terry Glenn, first down.
Well, one of the things you hear so much about Vinny Testaverde when he came to the Cowboys, well, he's old. Can he still do it? And he can't move, so he's going to make it easy for defenses to come at him whenever they want to. But the Cowboys last week and in preseason, and you've already seen it today, they move him just enough. So if you're a defensive lineman, Testaverde's not always going to be right behind the center throwing the football.
Last week, Cleveland allowed Baltimore only 7 snaps in Cleveland territory, and they never got inside. The Ravens never got inside the 24 the entire game. Cowboys threatening, and back to the quarterback, the old flea flicker. Man open, it's Keyshawn with the catch at the 5, and he is just shy of the goal line. Well, the 3 big pickups in the offseason, Eddie George, Vinny Testaverde, Keyshawn Johnson, all teaming up on this 36-yarder.
What makes it go is Eddie George. He's patient. He takes his time near the line of scrimmage. Now the defensive secondary, they read, run. Look how long the Cowboy linemen stay down. And Testaverde really did a tremendous job of getting the football, getting it in his hand quick, and getting it down the field to Keyshawn.
Fake to Eddie George, back of the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that's Jeff Robinson, their 3rd team tight end. Caught 2 touchdowns last year. Left open in the back right corner. What a drive for the Cowboys, who had, well, similar success moving the ball early against Minnesota, but unable to finish the drives against the Vikings. Billy Cundiff in for the extra point. Romo on the hold at 7-0 Dallas. How about that series, Phil?
Kept the Browns defense off guard the whole time. That's why the tight end is wide open in the end zone.
Sand painting is practiced by many cultures. Notice how they place the sand, 1 grain at a time. They've been working on this piece for over 8 days. I'm sorry, no pictures, please. Just look at the detail.
Want to get away? Now you can. Go to Southwest.com for Southwest Airlines $39 to $149 internet specials to 59 destinations nationwide. Purchased by October 21st.
You are now free to move about the country. I have a letter from the CEO at Sanders. Let me read some of it. 1,200 separate shipments, national rollout, everything arrived on time. I was asking for a miracle, and you delivered. Thank you.
UPS delivers more packages on time than anyone.
Everyone, my office. You too, Sam.
UPS, what can Brown do for you?
Are you sure you're ready for this?
Area 51.
E.T.
Gotta be kidding me. Another body. Another murder.
Brace yourself for the CSI season premiere, CBS Thursday.
Don't forget that series started all the way back at the 10-yard line. Cowboys 8 plays, 90 yards. That matches the longest drive allowed all of last season by Cleveland. After not giving up a touchdown a week ago, the Cowboys just take it right down the field on them.
Emotion and a different set of offensive players today than they faced last week.
Cundiff kicks it long this time, angled kick, and it's out of bounds at the 1, maybe the 3-yard line. They'll call it out of bounds. So let's see here. The Browns, of course, get the huge edge off of that.
At the 40-yard line.
All the way out to the
First down.
40-yard line with the ball being kicked out of bounds. Ed Hockley, the referee. And we'll be right back with the Browns' second possession. As Cleveland's down early here, 7-0. Testaverde finds 4 different receivers. The big one down to Keyshawn to the 1.
Ah, Paris. Love is in the air. Love? Is that what you see? What do you see?
I see commerce. I see industry. I see medicine. A second opinion from a continent away. I see mortgage approvals, video, audio, downloadable, on demand, a million wireless transactions. That's what I see.
You're such a romantic.
I know.
The on-demand world in Paris and everywhere with help from IBM.
For a year, the whole world changes up.
Game ain't about territory, man. It's about product.
It's gonna be a little hell to pay.
We do not lose, and we do not forget.
Look around, does it seem like the dawn of a new day to you?
Bud Light, sweet.
I can't believe Gina let you come to the game.
Gina doesn't even know that I'm here. I hired a body double, you know, like the ones they use in the movies.
What? So he looks just like you?
Gina, all of this yard work is making me so sweaty.
Well, then you better go wash up. Jim.
Fresh, smooth, real Bud Light.
You were real tired this afternoon.
Was I? It's all here.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. Dr. Pepper and your Dr. Pepper bottler. Be you, nothing's better, Dr. Pepper. And by IBM, making on-demand business a reality for companies around the world.
We're back here in Dallas with Cleveland 3 and out on its first possession today. Now to start the second series, going long. Garcia has a man wide open. Oh, he had him right there. Quincy Morgan. No one near him.
It was a touchdown. Quincy Morgan on the top of your screen against Terrence Newman. Watch the nice fake. Really sells the comeback. Coming back to the quarterback. Terrence Newman goes completely out of the picture. Jeff Garcia early in the game. He's hyped up, a little nervous maybe, and just overthrows him. Jeff Garcia actually told us last night, and it should have been, we should have kind of known it. He says, I want to get my wide receivers involved in the game earlier. They weren't a big part last week. Need to get them involved.
Going long again here, Phil. This time for Northcutt. And one-on-one coverage, Terrence Newman. A little push off there, but no flag. Little contact. And that has been so closely watched.
Yeah, watch what happens, though. Kellen Winslow on the inside comes across the field, Jim, and he is wide open. He gets lost. Nobody's actually covered him. Jeff Garcia looking deep to the wide receiver, because I'm sure all week when they practiced, that's who was coming open. But this time, Kellen Winslow uncovered for a big gain across the field.
The rookie, they call him a football junkie, said their offensive coordinator, Terry Robisky. 4 balls he caught last week in his NFL debut. 3rd down and 10, and they try to run it, and boy, is that snuffed out right away. The Cowboys stop him, but Greg Ellis hitting him for a 4-yard loss.
The fact that Cleveland missed 2 big opportunities against a defense, which Bill Parcells said didn't even play hard last week. That's like the worst thing you can say. They're aggressive. The Browns had a chance to take advantage of that. They did not. They could have slowed them down, but now Dallas will keep their confidence and keep coming after Cleveland.
Bill Parcells, he had quite a line about how difficult it is when you find yourself 0-1.
You don't sleep all week. That's right.
Said it's the longest week of the year for those coaches who don't win the opener. Leading up to week 2 is the longest week of the year. Dieter Ward will let that just bounce out of bounds near the 20. So 44-yard boot. Cowboys offense near perfection the first time. We'll be right back.
Isn't that Harold?
Mm-hmm. Daytime calls are just too expensive, so he went nocturnal.
Yes, it is very late.
Get another wireless plan, Harold.
Daytime calls costing you a fortune? Come to T-Mobile and talk whenever nationwide.
Daytime. T-Mobile gives you the most whenever minutes. 1,000 for just $39.99.
T-Mobile. Get more.
What do you get when a financial firm with 66,000 people in 50 countries takes the time to understand your needs like it's just the 2 of you? Could it be the most powerful 2-person financial firm in the world? You and us. UBS.
Mr. Goodwrench, you're fast, but I'm gonna get you.
Just how fast are you guys in the pits?
We changed 2 tires in 8 seconds.
A little healthy competition for the elusive Mr. Goodwrench. Well, if Mr. Goodwrench does your brakes, rotates your tires, and checks your engine, what are you, the team mascot?
I drive the car. Seriously, what do you do?
Find Mr. Goodwrench at over 7,000 GM dealerships nationwide.
License and registration, pal.
What? Just kidding. That's nice. What is that, metal?
It's a Dr. Phil primetime event no parent should miss. Dr. Phil makes a house call to a family in crisis.
My husband won't help parent.
You want everybody fixed but you.
And could you be raising a criminal?
There are 14 characteristics of a serial killer. Your son has 9.
Don't miss a primetime Dr. Phil, CBS Wednesday.
It's over 90 degrees here in Dallas. Cowboys up early 7-0. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein as well. And how about the start to this game, Phil?
Well, you can feel the emotion and the crowd's into it for the Dallas Cowboys. You feel the sense of urgency, Jim. A team that's 0-1, expected to do well, didn't play well last week. They're trying to please their coach.
Ball deflected, tipped up in the air by Andre Davis. Looks like that might get picked. 2nd and 10 coming up for Vinny, who really led them on some terrific drive that first time.
Well, you talked about it last week. The Dallas Cowboys, they came out. Terrific start offensively. Long drives, moving it down the field. Couldn't punch it in the end zone. So they have a good idea and script early in the game. It's very well. Confuses the defense. Now can you keep it going?
Take note, the rookie Julius Jones, their first pick in the draft, picked in the 2nd round out of Notre Dame, is in the game now as the single back on 2nd and 10. Here's his first official NFL carry, and he loses his footing just back to the line of scrimmage. How about Julius Jones? He had to sit out last week with a rib injury.
Well, he's finding out a lot of things. He sat out last week because his ribs were hurt. They were doing some drills, and he was not going through them full speed. So Bill Parcells says, that's it. If you're not full speed, you're not going to play in the game. But what he does for this Cowboy offense, Eddie George, his role, pick up the tough yards. Julius Jones, he's the guy that gets them big plays. You need playmakers, and Julius Jones has the speed to be a playmaker for this Cowboys offense.
Cowboys offense faces 3rd down and 9. Here comes the blitz. Griffin got picked up. Pass over to Bryant. Makes the nice move for the first down. Antonio Bryant cuts back to the middle of the field. Takes it upfield for 10 and a first.
Cowboys so well schooled how to pick up the blitz. Antonio Bryant, what a big change from this summer when he was in trouble with Bill Parcells to the receiver we see now. Look at the pickup by the Browns. Oh, nice job by the backfield. Stoning the blitzer, giving Vinny Testaverde time to throw it outside.
A lot of improvement in Antonio Bryant, his career best. 8 catches, 112 yards last week in the loss to the Vikings. Fake to Jones. Testaverde with good time. Under Davis in on the coverage. They rule it incomplete. Intended for Julius Jones. Shannon Sharpe has joined our CBS team, and he's also joined the team at NFL.com. And you can log on and read Shannon's thoughts on the week's action in the NFL as only he can tell it. It's all at NFL.com or at NFL on AOL. You can also read another fine author there, by the name of Phil Simms.
Yes, thank you.
See you over there working and writing. I thought it was a novel you were working on, but it's just your NFL notes. I'll look forward to seeing those tomorrow at NFL.com.
Butch Davis asked him last night, can you get over the fact that you had such an emotional win against the Baltimore Ravens last week? He said yes.
There's a carry again for Jones, and only a couple yards. Michael Myers, the former Cowboy, holds him to a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
You know, when you talk to a head coach, or when you know you're going to be a good team, or you expect to be a good team, you handle victories very well. And he said that's what really encouraged him about his football team. They beat the Ravens. They gave up all those yards rushing last year to Jamal Lewis. They stopped him cold. They came in Monday, ho-hum, let's move on, let's go to work. And that really got him excited about what his team can be this year.
He wanted to make sure his team never got too high after the win. And that was reinforced on the sidelines late in that game last week. They're down here early, 3rd down play, man wide open, it's Witten, another 1st down and into Cleveland territory as Robert Griffith rode him down at the 43. Witten with his 3rd catch, this one going for 24 yards.
Well, I guess you're starting to see why we all are, why Bill Parcells is so excited about Jason Witten. He just goes through a zone and is basically uncovered. There's Robert Griffith. He was really upset when it was over, and I think why he was upset, the linebacker who's in front of Jason Witten should hit him to slow his progress so he can't get down the field too fast.
Witten sits out on this play. Campbell lines up in the backfield along with Julius Jones. The rookie with the carry. And ball free, ball loose. Browns say they have it.
No whistle was blown either.
Now there it is at last, the whistle. And this will be Cleveland ball.
Jim, there is one way, even though the whistle didn't sound, it could still be Dallas. Dallas's football. If forward progress was stopped before they could blow the whistle, then they could hand the ball back to the Dallas Cowboys.
Ed Hockley talks to his crew, and the Browns indicate they have it.
The ruling on the field is that the ball came loose before the runner was down by contact. Cleveland ball, 1st down.
Julius Jones inside. Hard to see when the football came free, but Ecubon pulls it. The ex-Dallas Cowboy defensive lineman pulls it right away from him.
Yep, spent his first 5 years with the Cowboys, and Ecubon makes the strip, and the rookie fumbles in only his 3rd carry. A red flag has been thrown on the field, so Cowboys will challenge. They will review it. Bill Parcells says we want to take another look at that.
Dallas is challenging the ruling on the field that the ball came out before the runner was down.
So they'll review it, and we'll come back to Dallas. The Cowboys leading 7-0 first quarter.
By T-Mobile, get more minutes, more features, more service. And by Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL and Super Bowl 39.
We're back here in Dallas, and Phil, what have you seen so far with the replays?
Well, I've seen nothing that is going to tell you it's not a fumble. Julius Jones coming across the line. Ecubon reaches in and grabs him. There's so many bodies around, no matter what angle you look at this. It's hard to get a clear shot. There's the football. It is free as he hits the ground. Now it's on the ground again, if you can see it in the shadows.
There's nothing there that would tell you that the ground caused the fumble or anything like that, right?
Nope, hard to overturn it.
There is no evidence that the ball came loose after he hit the ground. Therefore, the ruling on the field stands as called. It was a fumble. It's Cleveland's ball, first down.
You know what I like about this whole situation, though, Jim, is the NFL officials, they talk about let the plays finish. In other words, don't have a quick whistle. Don't think he's down. Let the plays finish. That time they did, so Cleveland got the reward for that by recovering the fumble.
+4 already at the beginning of the year after +3 last week. 3 takeaways, no giveaways, and 1 here early. What do you think Parcells will have to say to the rookie fumbling on his 3rd carry of his career?
Well, I don't know if he has to say anything. Julius Jones has been around long enough to know that what to expect from Bill Parcells after training camp. But 2 things you got to do as a rookie running back: hold on to the football and pick up the blitzers when they come after your quarterback.
All right, let's see what the Browns could do with their 3rd series. They got aggressive the last time they had it, tried to go long a couple of times.
Should slow the Dallas defense down somewhat.
They come back running, you're right, on their heels, and they get 7 out of William Green. And Terrell Smith, the big fullback, helped clear the way for 7. Monday, an all-new late show, and for the first time ever, Dave goes one-on-one with the presidential candidate John Kerry. That's Monday on the Late Show with David Letterman. Plus on Tuesday, Dave's got Dr. Phil right here on CBS. Dr. Phil making a guest appearance today on the NFL Today. 2nd down and 3 for the Browns in Dallas territory for the first time. William Green now racing to the outside. He was patient. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Could be on the ex-Cowboy, Kelvin Garmin.
Holding offense number 63. 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
You saw it, Phil. Garmin called for that. No. Courtney Brown going back to the locker room here on a cart, saying sprained foot. Reports from the Cleveland sideline. And he's had all kinds of health issues, had a couple of surgeries in the offseason.
Yeah, his right knee and his right bicep, and it's just kind of been that typifies his career, Jim. Just hasn't fallen in place for the first pick of the draft.
It's the first pick of the 2000 draft was Courtney Brown. As you mentioned, now 3 receivers in. 2nd and long, and that pass was intended for Andre Davis. Leroy Glover was putting some pressure on the quarterback, and actually Dexter Coakley got closer than anyone on the pass.
Well, this Cowboy defense, Leroy Glover, 97 inside. Oh, he just goes right by Secaucus, number 66. Last week, Bill Parcells, the coaching staff, very disappointed. They did not pressure the quarterback very well up in Minnesota, so they have got a little gas in their tank today.
Kellen Winslow lined at the top of your screen, wide to the right on 3rd down and 13. And they look for Winslow. The pass is going well behind him as Garcia was really hammered. And was it roughing?
Yes, it was.
Brady James and Leroy Glover.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 56. Helmet-to-helmet contact with the quarterback. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It's called on Brady James here, Phil.
Here comes the blitz. The Cleveland Browns are waiting on this blitz. They want to get Kellen Winslow matched up one-on-one outside. See if you see the helmet-to-helmet contact. Gets face-to-face. You have to be careful. You cannot go high when you hit quarterbacks. You can't go low. You just got to hit them right in the middle.
That gives the Cowboys, well, a defensive stand now in their own end as the Browns operate from the Dallas 43. That's their first down of the game for Cleveland. It comes by way of a penalty. And play is halted with a whistle.
Before the ball was snapped, false start. Offense number 63. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Second flag on Garmin on this series. And we mentioned Bonnie Bernstein is with us. Let's go down to the sidelines with Bonnie.
Hi, Jim. We've obviously seen a very aggressive Dallas defense. No wonder when you take into account the last week against the Vikings, they gave up 5 touchdowns in one game for the first time in 35 years. It was so bad, in fact, Roy Williams told us, Coach didn't even talk to me until Friday. Bill Parcells said, if that keeps happening, I might have to look for another job. But he says his team has good character.
We've seen it so far today, and there's William Green, though, running in the middle of the field and banging past the first down yardage near the 30. What an aggressive run there by William Green for 17.
That says it all. Aggressive. William Green started last week. He ran the football very hard and very well, and it's a great opportunity for him, Jim. He fought for this job all preseason against Lee Suggs. He's out, so he wants to take advantage of this situation.
Helmets are flying at the end of this. He did fight with Lee Suggs for that starting position, and really Suggs beat him out. But before their last preseason game, Suggs suffered a stinger, and he's missing his second straight game, inactive today.
Big opportunity. When it comes, you got to take advantage of it.
First down, play action fake. Garcia dancing around and picks up yardage inside the 30. And we've got an update, so he's sent it back to the studio in Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Jim, last 2 Septembers, Curtis Martin, not a single touchdown. He had 2 last week. He has 2 more today, including that 3-yarder. The Jets on top of the Chargers, 14-0 as the first quarter winds down in San Diego, guys.
All right, Greg, thank you. What's with Curtis Martin? Like Greg said, I mean, already passing touchdown totals of a year ago by a lot.
Late in your career, a good player. He's proud. He's going to show everybody that he has not lost a step, because that's what everybody says.
Big start for the Jets there, and here's the running play. It'll set up 3rd and short for the Browns after a 3-yard run.
I'm going to go back to what Bonnie Bernstein said. Bill Parcells, we talked to Roy Williams. You heard what she said. He didn't talk to Roy Williams, who's kind of the leader of this defense right now since Darren Woodson's out. Didn't talk to him. You know that Bill Parcells is mad and upset with the football team. He loves to give the silent treatment. Just walks around and makes some noises. The silent treatment. That's the worst for an athlete. Tell me I'm good, tell me I'm bad, but don't tell me nothing.
Roy Williams said he didn't talk to him Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. 3rd down, Green. Back of the jersey's been ripped off, but that's William Green for a loss of 1. And look at Nathan Jones come up and help out on that. That's going to end the first quarter. With the score, Dallas 7, Cleveland nothing. We'll return to Texas Stadium after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
You know, Volkswagens are built for the
goal try by Cleveland's Phil Dawson from 46 yards. Dawson's made his last 12 attempts. It's the longest active streak in the league after Vanderjagt's 42 consecutive make streak ended a week ago. And Dawson from 46 is good. Beautiful boot. So Cleveland puts points on the board for the first time today. 7-3 Dallas.
Let's get a pepperoni.
Mushroom. We got mushroom.
I want green pepper.
You're so hard-headed. Don't make me come over there. Oh, put a sock on.
Just get the Pizza Hut 4-for-all pizza. Then everybody gets what they want.
Cool.
The amazing 4-for-all pizza from Pizza Hut. 4 different pizzas for only $11.99. And for just $1 more, get breadsticks, Pepsi, or cinnamon sticks.
How can we ever thank you?
Well, this is a good start. Gather round the good stuff.
7 years ago, Bristol-Myers Squibb medicines literally saved my life. I simply wouldn't be here without them. Today, Bristol-Myers Squibb researchers are focused on our most serious diseases with revolutionary treatments for cancer and AIDS. These researchers dedicate their lives to fighting our most serious diseases. And these medicines can make the difference for millions of us. I'm living proof of that. Hope, triumph, and the miracle of medicine. Bristol-Myers Squibb Company.
It's in the game. Rated E for everyone. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Butch Davis's team converts a fumble into a field goal, and we remind you it's not too late to play fantasy football. Just log on to CBSSportsline.com and click on fantasy football. 7-3 Cowboys, opening seconds of the second quarter. Got Reeves on the run back for Dallas, and a flag thrown as he moves it across the 25.
A lot of mistakes by the Cowboys early in this game. The fumble, a couple penalties.
During the return, holding by the receiving team, number 30. 10-yard penalty. Dallas keeps the ball. First down.
So the Cowboys, they've already put together the 190-yard drive. They'll start the next series from inside their own 20.
Honey, we're going to be late.
Dawson, so they're going to bring in another running back on this possession. They'll bring in Rashard Lee, who looked good last week against Minnesota.
You're not surprised, are you?
Not a bit.
Well, you're a rookie and you fumbled the ball. When you got it going, you scored a touchdown on a beautiful drive. You have got the Cleveland defense sitting back, reacting instead of attacking you. It's all in your favor. The fumble changed the whole look of this football game.
Right side to Terry Glenn. They give him the catch at the 23-yard line.
Well, when you play against Vinny Testaverde, there's a lot of things you got to be alert for. He will throw it to the open guy. He doesn't care who it is, the tight end, the wide receivers, running back. Because he's so tall and has an overhand delivery, easy for him to throw the football down the field when he has pressure in his face. And also, because of the strength of his arm, you cannot crowd the line of scrimmage, because every play is a possibility when he's at quarterback, because he can throw it anywhere on the field.
He's already found 5 different receivers. And it's Lee with another hard run. There is a flag. The run was out to the 30, good for the first. Lee scored a touchdown in that game against Minnesota. Also had a big kick return over 60 yards.
Well, he's not playing more.
Holding, offense, number 82. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
So Jason Witten, who's had a couple of catches in this game, 3 in all. And that's the 3rd penalty on the Cowboys. And again, they'll be backed up, making mistakes.
Rashard Lee, you asked Bill Parcells about him, Jim, and he just said, look, I'm not positive what I'm always going to get, so that's why he's a little hesitant sometimes to put him in there and let him run the football. And what he means by that, if the other team blitzes, does he know who to pick up? Does he always go the right place when he's blocking for the other running back? So you got to know what you're doing to get on the field.
And Bill's obviously aware that one of the big concerns here is to keep a 40-year-old quarterback about as untouched as possible. Sacked only 1 time last week. They'll go back to Lee, and he scoots out to the 15. Got another update. Back to you, Greg, in New York.
All right, Jim, we'll take it to Arizona, where the Patriots have jumped on top of the Cardinals. Tom Brady, Daniel Graham, 2 yards and a touchdown, and New England is in the lead in the desert, 7-0, second quarter. Jim and Phil, back to you.
All right, thank you, Greg, and that's 2 touchdowns for Daniel Graham in 2 games. He's one of the real, I think, overlooked tight ends in the league. And Julius Jones comes back on the field for the Cowboys. They face 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. Again, it's over to Witten. Shakes one defender. Trying to bang his way out to the first down. Won't get it. About 3 yards short.
Boy, excellent job by the Browns defense. They knew it was 3rd and long. They all drop back and they just try to protect the first down. And Dave Campo, the Cowboys head coach, now the defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. His second year up there, and vast improvement in this defense from last year to this year.
Matt McBriar comes in to punt. And Northcutt waiting the return at his 30-yard line. And this can be returned. Northcutt fields it, 22-yard line. Shakes the first tackle. Trying to find the outside with a clear block. Well, out to the 34. Brady James on the hit, 53-yard punt, 10-yard run back. 7-3 Cowboys. They take that first possession in for a touchdown. Set up on the flea flicker.
CBS is sponsored by the Star Wars trilogy for the first time on DVD September 21st. Subway. Living well and eating well is about making choices. We're glad we're one of them. Subway. Choose well. And by Cadillac and the all-new STS. Breakthrough.
Jeff Garcia and the Browns begin this one at their own 33. And yes, it's 120 degrees on the field here at Texas Stadium.
Yeah, but it's low humidity. It only feels like 115.
Yeah, I was just saying, that's really comforting to these guys. As Garcia gets dragged down by Ellis.
Greg Ellis going against Ryan Tucker on the outside. Just comes right around him. Beautiful move at the line of scrimmage. And there's nothing Aaron Shea can do about it. Kellen Winslow, number 80. Always know where he's at. And it looks like, again, he's wide open. Kellen Winslow has been wide open 3 times in this game, and not once has he gotten the football near him.
You know they're going to find him eventually. Garcia has 9 yards passing. And Green doesn't even get back all the yardage lost on that sack. Monday on CBS, the season premiere of CSI Miami, and it's so intense that one CSI investigator won't survive it. CSI Miami, Monday at 10/9 Central, here on America's most watched network. And remember, coming up, the Nextel halftime report. We're going to send it back to Studio 43 in New York. Join Greg and Dan and Shannon and Boomer with all the scores and highlights here. Week 2 of the NFL season. Nextel halftime report. Back to the guys in New York coming up at the half. James Jackson has come in on 3rd down. They're launching it long for Andre Davis, and flags are thrown against the Cowboys. Terrence Newman on the coverage. Tony Dixon back there also.
Pass interference defense, number 41. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Terrence Newman, when you play this Cleveland Browns team, I don't know what you think of them. Andre Davis on the outside, but all the receivers can really run down the field, and no question that is a penalty. Terrence Newman panics at the last second, puts that left arm in front of Andre Davis. Good call by the official.
Crowd doesn't like it, but no doubt on the replay, that's a 30-yard penalty. And the Browns now from the 38-yard line. Here you go. Winslow with his first catch of the day. Sidesteps a defender and gets near the first down.
You can watch Kellen Winslow on film. You can go to practice and all that, and I've done it all with him. But I just said to you, Jim, during a break, you watch him during a game, and you see him on the field. He's faster than just about everybody out there. His game speed is terrific. How athletic. He's very mobile. For a tight end, moves around, can make catches, turn it around. So that's one of the reasons why he was a high pick in the first round, and the Cleveland Browns made a big trade to get him. He's a difference maker.
Just one spot. They moved up in the draft, gave up a number 2 to Detroit just to ensure that they got Winslow. What a nice one-handed grab also. Green to the 25. That's all. An update again. Back to you, Greg, in New York.
All right, Jim, back to the desert we go. Daniel Graham, his second touchdown catch of the day. This one 19 yards from Tom Brady. It's 14-0 New England. 12 and change to play in the first half, Jim and Phil.
All right, thank you, Greg. Daniel Graham looked like he was Tom Brady's favorite target in the opener against the Colts, and back he goes to the big tight end, former first-round pick out of Colorado for 2 scores today.
I thought New England would probably have a letdown out there in that heat.
Second down, Garcia's pass in the area of Andre Davis. Boy, he was ready to take off, Jeff Garcia. We're going to go back again for another update. Greg, back to you.
All right, Jim, this time out to Oakland we go. Bills and the Raiders, and it's the Raiders on the board. Rich Gannon, pump, throws, 43 yards. Ronald Curry behind the secondary with the extra point. Raiders lead it 7-0, 11.5 to play in the first half, Jim.
All right, thank you, Greg. The former starting point guard for the University of North Carolina. Ronald Curry finding the end zone. Boy, they've got some talented wide receivers, young kids out at Oakland. That pump fake with Gannon freezes him every time. The secondary and leads to a score again. Third down play. Cleveland across the middle. That's good for the first at the 10-yard line. Davis with the catch.
Well, if you're going to play, we talked about the speed. Andre Davis, Quincy Morgan, Dennis Northcutt. He comes across the formation. The Cowboys love to play man-to-man coverage on third down. That's what they are. They're an aggressive defense. Last week against the Minnesota Vikings, they were not aggressive because of Randy Moss. They're coming out today. They're trying to do it, but the last 2 third down passes, you can see the Cleveland Brown wide receivers are up to the task.
Garcia starting to get going here. He has the highest quarterback rating of any opposing quarterback to ever play at Texas Stadium. Running play, Green down to the 4. Jeff Garcia in 3 career games coming in here with the 49ers, 2-1 record, but threw for 9 touchdowns, never picked off, and he also rushed for 2 scores, over 20 points. That confusing calculation of a quarterback rating, but by far, by over 20 rating points, the best of any opposing quarterback in the history of Texas Stadium.
So what you're telling me, he's played really well down here, and he has played well. He's played well throughout his whole career. And that's the reason why the Cleveland Browns went out and got him. A proven veteran. He's tough. He leads a team, and he doesn't make many turnovers.
William Green stuffed at the line. Al Singleton, the first to hit him, 3rd and goal. What I'm also telling you, it might be a Garcia moment coming up here yet again at Texas Stadium. Of course, a couple of those touchdowns were hookups with Terrell Owens and the old celebration on the star at midfield.
Well, when you talk about Jeff Garcia, he just has such high expectations of what he wants to get done. And Butch Davis said that's probably been one of the big things that he has seen that he didn't realize, that he just holds himself to such a high standard that it's permeated down through the rest of the players. And that's one of the reasons why they got off to a good start last week.
Aaron Shea to the left, Morgan in the slot left. They brought in Andre King. He's lined up. Garcia, pressure on him, just has to throw it away out of the pocket. Dexter Coakley came in on the quarterback.
When you do not leave anybody in the backfield, the defense knows who's going to protect the quarterback. There's not enough blockers, so Dexter Coakley with his speed. There were blitzers coming from both sides that the Browns could not pick up, and Jeff Garcia, good job just throwing the football away.
So the drive bogs down inside the 5, and for the second time, Phil Dawson comes out. The first one was good officially from 45. This is a 23-yarder, and it's good again. To bring the Browns within 1. Midway through the second quarter. Dallas, after an opening drive touchdown, 2 field goals, 7-6.
Hello.
Yo.
Where are you?
I'm in London. Where are you?
We're in Paris. Thought you were in Tokyo.
Thought you were in Boston.
Change of plans. What's up?
Change of plans. We need to reroute the shipment.
New terms?
New terms, new specs, new schedules.
Show me.
There you go.
Change of plans. Okay, will do. See you in New York.
Change of plans. See you in L.A.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.
So what's up? The usual.
When change is part of the plan, that's on-demand business from IBM.
For those who never quit, the battery that never quits. Energizer. Keep going.
In 2 days, the Star Wars trilogy arrives on DVD. All new picture and sound. plus all new special features.
We're back at Texas Stadium, and a reminder tonight, 60 Minutes. Bill Belichick and John Fox got their teams to the Super Bowl down in Houston. And how did they do it? Leslie Stahl will have that report tonight on 60 Minutes right here on CBS. Terrence Newman's big 30-yard pass interference penalty on a 3rd and 12 play helped set up the second field goal of the game by Phil Dawson. That's Lee a yard deep. And he fails to make it to the 20. 7-6 Cowboys. We'll be right back.
CBS is sponsored by Lowe's, where you'll find all your home improvement needs. Lowe's, improving home improvement. And by Hummer. Check out the H2 at Hummer.com. Hummer, like nothing else.
Wednesday on CBS, it's a Dr. Phil primetime event. You think you know how your kids act when you're not around? You might be surprised. That's the Dr. Phil special Wednesday on CBS.
No, I wouldn't. I know how they act when I'm not around. Just like I did.
That's perfect citizens, right? Terry Glenn, 27-yard line, first down.
Beautiful timing throw by Vinny Testaverde. One of the things he was talking about to us, Jim, watch Testaverde as he drops back this time. Hits that back foot, pushes forward, and just makes another perfect throw. And he talked about how his right foot bothered him so much that he was having trouble pushing off on it. And he got it corrected by getting an insert into his right shoe, took some of the pressure off of it. And since then, he's, well, it's hard to help his throwing ability, but he has been throwing it very well all summer long for the Dallas Cowboys.
On the delay, gain of only 2 yards. Eddie George. Let's go back down to Bonnie.
Well, Jim, if you follow Vinny Testaverde's history, you know he helped Bill Parcells get to the AFC Championship in 1998 with the Jets, but don't think that got him any slack when he came down here. They do running drills, timed running drills in camp, and Vinny says, even though I made all the times, he still made me run just to make sure he was in shape. But the other thing Parcells did that really helped Testaverde was gave him a lot of reps in the preseason. Not a lot of coaches have that philosophy, but for Vinny, really helped his endurance.
It helped him a lot, Bonnie, because last year the Jets, he hardly saw any action in the preseason. Then, because of an injury, he had to play in that first game, and he really was fatigued early against Washington. That was intended for George. It'll set up 3rd down. I want to talk about that workout with my own Dr. Phil here, Mr. Sims. When you were over in Hawaii a few years ago, you decided you want to go have a little workout with Vinny. What was that like?
Well, I'll just say this, and Bonnie said some good things too, that Parcells is going to pick on Testaverde because he wants to show the rest of the guys that he's not special. But yeah, years ago in 1990, probably the height of my athletic feeling, I was in good shape. I said we were together at the quarterback challenge. He went to work out with me. I thought I was going to take him and just bury him. And you just don't realize physically how great he is. He is one of the best physical specimens to play quarterback in this league in its history.
Pass complete to Antonio Bryant. That's near the first down yardage.
And, you know, I'm going to go back, and I say it's history. You go, I know a lot of people go, oh, come on. Well, all you have to do is spend a week around him, watch him practice, watch him throw, and see how easy he makes everything look. And Bill Parcells found out when he got him from the Baltimore Ravens to come to the New York Jets. After about a week, he was calling everybody, you should see this guy throw. And even quarterbacks who never liked the opposing quarterbacks, everybody marvels at about his ability just to throw the football.
Big measurement here on what was a 3rd down play, and they're going to stretch it out, and it's, well, what do you call that?
A little bit.
Hockley says a chain link short.
I believe he'll go for it.
Boy, how important is the spot as they grabbed him by the collar here.
Watch the yellow line. Yes, if you go by the yellow line, which is not exact, he was definitely short. In fact, they got a good spot, the Cowboys.
Well, they're not going to go for it as they bring in McBriar. His first punt traveled 53 yards. And remember, Kellen Winslow, as you see North cut back, to receive the punt. Winslow plays on these punt return teams. There he is, because Butch Davis believes by the end of the year he'll have at least a couple of blocks and maybe 6 pressures.
Did this at the University of Miami. He's to the Cowboys' right after last week. Believe me, they know where he's at. He got close last week.
And the fake works for the Cowboys. That's Dexter Coakley all the way down to the 30-yard line. A 34-yard run on the short snap to Dexter Coakley.
You know, I get mad at myself because I should have known it. Bill Parcells doesn't want to give up that easy, and he's not afraid to take chances when he gets in situations like this. What they did, I heard them talking, they were just making sure they had a defense out there. That's what they wanted to see, where they could execute this play, and they executed perfectly. Good patience by Dexter Coakley, waiting for the blocking to open up a hole for him.
Well, I tell you, the big block was by Keith O'Neal. It was awesome. As Testaverde tries to cash in right away, and he is sacked for the 2nd time on the season. Equibon brings him down.
Backside, Flozell Adams has it. They're trying to go deep. The Cowboys, they're not one of these punch and Judy offenses, throw 5-yard passes all day long. Bill Parcells, Sean Payton, and Maurice Carthon both helping with the offense. He likes to take chances, throw the football down the field. Big plays lead to scores, and that's how you win.
Now that you think about it, it makes sense that they would have gone for it. You knowing Parcells the way you do.
Can't be afraid of losing.
Screen pass, Eddie George down to the 26. 3rd and about 5 coming up for Dallas. We move inside of 4 minutes. That gained 12. The last time the Cowboys played the Cleveland Browns, Vinny Testaverde was the quarterback of the Browns and led them to a victory here at Texas Stadium late in that season of '94 in December. Browns went on to the playoffs, and the Cowboys that season went on and lost in the NFC title game to San Francisco. But it was Testaverde leading the Browns to a win over the triplets over there, Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin and company, 1914. 3rd down and 5. Good protection and good yardage for the first. Julius Jones caught it on his knees for 7 and a first down.
2nd time the Cowboys have used this 5-wide receiver look. Look what they do. Julius Jones is at the top, and the Browns defense, everybody is off the receiver. 3rd and short, 5 yards. The Browns defense, they play safe. The Cowboys saw it the first time. That's why they came back with it a 2nd time.
Vinny now has completed passes to 7 different receivers. Got a new set of downs near the 20. Toward the goal line, and no flag. That broken up. They were looking for Terry Glenn. McCutcheon in on the play for Cleveland.
I'll tell you what, Parcells is upset. Coach Parcells is, and I'll tell you why. Watch Jason Witten as he comes off the line of scrimmage. The Browns get the coverage confused. Testaverde throws it over the middle. Look at the tight end, wide open and uncovered.
Witten's already had a good first half and a couple of key catches on that opening drive that went 90 yards for a touchdown to the 3rd team tight end, Jeff Robinson. Cowboys will talk it over. 2:25 to go in the half. Dallas driving off the fake punt, leading 7-6.
Monday.
Well, you're never too old to learn from Bill Parcells, I guess.
Well, he went to the sideline, and boy, Vinny Testaverde was getting an earful about that play, and I can relive a moment. Here it is, wide open. There he is. One time I came to the sideline in a similar situation, and he looked at me and he said, "Sims, are you watching the same game I am?" And I couldn't do anything but almost laugh. I just go, "Oh, hey, it's tough out there. What can I say?"
He's still on you pretty good these days after our meeting on Friday. 2nd down and 10. And it's back to Jones. Will it unfold? Some openings there? No, and a flag thrown as he advanced it for about 4.
Yeah, but Jim, there's a difference these days. He can talk to me now. I don't listen anymore. You know, I had to listen.
I think you do. I think you're still very much in awe of him. He walked into our meeting the other day, Coach Parcells. He noticed Phil had his reading glasses.
Illegal block in the back by the offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Matt Lair, right guard, number 68. Here he comes. Oh, puts his hands, and that's what they look for. Extending the arms, pushing the defender out of the way. They're going to throw it every time.
Well, when Coach walked into our meeting, Phil, he saw that you had on the table there some reading glasses. He said, Sims, before he even said hello to you, Sims, are those your glasses? You said yes. He said, you know, I think you could have used those about 20 years ago.
Hey, that's right.
Thanks, Coach.
That's pretty
good to
line.
see you.
Yes, that's right. Good line. Cowboys, this is like last week against Minnesota. Self-destructing a lot as you're going in to score.
Second down and 20 and timeout called. Up, 2-minute warning. I beg your pardon. 2-minute warning. Cowboys backed up after that penalty. You know, it's one thing to come to the stadium with your whole body painted, but when you're out here like that, it's 120 degrees on the field and then just a little below that in the stands.
He likes pain. That's it. And you got to like pain to like that.
That's some interesting color, too, here.
Yeah, it is.
We might have known it was going to be a day with a lot of penalty flags.
Can't be afraid to take a chance, Jim.
Second down and 20. Let's see what chances the Cowboys take right here. Ball deflected at the line of scrimmage. He was looking for Eddie George.
This Browns defense, I talked about it. Dave Campo, the ex-coach of the Cowboys, has done a good job. They weathered the storm. They get their hands up. That's Orpheus Roy. They drop back in their zones. They're being very patient, and they do have speed, and they react to the football very well. There's Dave Campo, and you know he had some emotions running this week when he was talking to his guys. You get let go as a head coach. There's nothing better than going back and beating your former team.
See what his defense can do here. 3rd and 20. Looking downfield. He's got Terry Glenn slicing across the middle. And he tries to roll for the first. There is a late flag coming in here on a late hit. And the thing is, he would have been short of the first.
There's another flag thrown, and this one could be, a second one could be against the Cowboys.
Terry Glenn makes the catch and then tries to roll for the first down. And the Cowboys start engaging. I saw Keyshawn run over there in that area.
Yeah, I'm not sure Keyshawn wasn't involved in the second flag. Earl Little, number 20, came in and hit Terry Glenn, speared him while he was on the ground. Terry Glenn was not down.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 20. There was also unsportsmanlike contact, the offense number 19, taunting. The foul was offset. The result of the play is a 4th down for Dallas.
Wow. Boy, the Keyshawn coming in later and taunting takes away the chance for the Cowboys to have 1st and goal.
Here comes the hit. Down. Keyshawn, oh, geez.
A little taunting and a little kicking, maybe.
I'm not sure. I know I just saw that left leg go out. He moved somebody. Bill just said, shut up. That's big. That's a big penalty. Big penalty. It was going to be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Now they're kicking a field goal.
Just have the 1 foul penalty, personal foul on Cleveland. Yes, they would have had a new set of downs inside the 10 with plenty of time here in the first half. Now they have to go back, bring in Billy Cundiff on a 30-yard field goal try, and he nails it. Huge penalty on Keyshawn. Second one in. It's 26, Dallas. Brown spinning around, dancing around to the 25. Now Bill Parcells, he's the third oldest coach in the league behind Dick Vermeil and Joe Gibbs, and he has won everywhere he's been, of course. Look at the guy standing next to here. A little explaining going on there. 2 Super Bowl titles with Bill and the Giants. Took the Patriots to a Super Bowl, took the Jets to the AFC title game. And now in his second year with the Cowboys. First coach in NFL history to take 4 different teams to the playoffs. Jackson scooting out there for about 9. Crossed up the Cowboys, who playing that like they were thinking pass. Move inside of a minute 30 to go in the half. Garcia and the Browns in their hurry up again with 3 full timeouts. The area of Andre Davis.
I'll tell you one thing the Dallas Cowboys have done so far today. Jeff Garcia, without a doubt, is at his most dangerous when he can drop back, move up in the pocket, throw the short routes that are coming across the middle, and just making plays up. The Cowboys, they talked about it. Don't get behind the quarterback. That's a bad position. Stay in your passing lanes. He has not been able to step up, and it's hurt the passing game for the Cleveland Browns.
3rd and 1. A good cut here by Jackson for the first and a whole lot more. Jackson ridden down inside the 30. Quincy Morgan helped free him in the secondary with a key block. And James Jackson runs for 38, and the Browns call timeout.
Well, what happens? The Dallas Cowboys continue to be aggressive on 3rd down. And when you're aggressive on 3rd down, if you break past the line of scrimmage, there is no secondary defense to bring you down. And that's why James Jackson had such a long run.
And that's the longest run of his career. Jackson 38 yards. And a reminder coming up, the Nextel halftime report. Send it back to the New York studio with Greg and Dan, Shannon and Boomer. All the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Nextel halftime report.
Let's go back and look at that run by James Jackson. 3rd down. Who's got the running back? They block everybody up front. Oh, nice job. Kellen Winslow doesn't make a block on Tony Dixon, but he just gets in the way, and there was nobody there to tackle the running back once he got past the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys playing pass. The Cleveland Browns being conservative, not taking a chance, and they get rewarded with a long run.
And they send Garcia back in the shotgun. First down for the Dallas 28, and they'll back him up 5.
Number 72, 5-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
Ryan Tucker on that right side.
Now, there's a couple other things about this Dallas defense. What they are doing. They are pressuring Jeff Garcia up the middle, and they're trying to cover the inside receivers. They want him to throw the football towards the sideline. When you do a scouting report on Jeff Garcia, not a lot of footballs go outside the numbers.
Garcia with pressure, and he threw it to Winslow. The Cowboys defend it.
That was a real good example of good defense. And Jeff Garcia wanting to move up in the pocket, but there's nowhere to go. So it's throwing the rhythm off. Watch as he drops back. Nobody's open. He wants to run, but there is nowhere to go. Greg Ellis on the tackle. Cowboys clogging up the middle, making him throw from the pocket.
Ellis has had a very active first half. 2nd and 15. Flags are down. Garcia rolls left, launches long. Back of the end zone. Morgan drops it. Wow. Had a real good chance to snare that one in the back of the end zone. Back corner.
What a throw by Jeff Garcia to Quincy Morgan. Wow was right. It was a touchdown, and it wasn't that hard of a catch. Garcia moving to his left. Quincy Morgan.
Got to make that catch.
Oh, Jock Reeves was on the coverage.
Illegal formation. Offense number 86 was off the line of scrimmage. The penalty is declined. Brings up third down.
Well, for Quincy's sake, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So third down 15 as they decline it.
Well, if it's 3rd and 15, the Dallas Cowboys defense should be conservative. Don't give up a big play. The Browns just want to pick up a few yards to make the field goal try easier.
Morgan in motion. 3rd down 15. Jackson. Cowboys converging. And a long field goal attempt coming up. That got only a net gain of a yard is all for James Jackson. Pete Hunter closing in on him.
Yeah, I like that defense much better. Don't give the quarterback an easy, quick decision. When you play man coverage, it's easy to throw it deep down the field and find a receiver because everybody's one-on-one. When you play a zone, you got to be patient as a quarterback, hold it, then find an open receiver down the field.
Garcia is going to let this run down for the final snap of the first half. A field goal try for Phil Dawson. And we'll come back with that try, which will be from right around 50 yards out. Back in a moment.
CBS Monday. The final season of Raymond is about to begin with a surprise that could change their lives forever.
This is huge.
Then, 2.5 Men is back with their biggest episode ever.
Yes. Yeah?
Sean Penn.
Do a little Spicoli for us.
Back off, Mary Poppins.
Elvis Costello.
I really loved your earlier, angrier stuff.
I want him gone.
The season premiere.
He doesn't fit in here.
He doesn't fit in anywhere. 2.5 Men right after the season premiere of Everybody Loves Raymond. CBS Monday.
You see on the field our look at career percentages for Phil Dawson, and when you get to 50 yards, 4 out of 5 on his career, 80%, but this is going to be just inside of that. Officially 49 yards. Former Texas Longhorn trying to make his 3rd field goal of the first half, and another beauty. Phil Dawson closes out the first half with his 3rd field goal. All 3 kicks coming in the second quarter. First play, first snap of the quarter was a made field goal by Dawson, and the quarter ends with him drilling it from 49 out.
Browns got to be so happy. 10-9. They got outplayed in the first half. Now they're only 1 point down.
Well, that's the end of the first half with the score. Dallas 10 and Cleveland 9. And we'll be back with the Nextel halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.